So in this class, we will take up a problem of determining the critical path for a given network when the PE values are given. That is, when the expected time values of the activities are given, PE values are given, how to find the critical path. So here, to find the critical path, we have to understand an important term called slack, SLACK, which is defined as the difference between TL and TE. So TL minus TE is called as slack of an event, where TL is the latest available time. So in the last earlier videos I had explained about these two things, TL and TE and how to compute them. TE is the earliest expected time. So the difference between these two is called as slack of any event. Suppose if TL is greater than TE, then S is positive. It is then we say that the event is ahead of schedule. So if this is positive, it is ahead of schedule. That means you have excess resources to complete the event. So therefore, it is that means you can say that it is finishing early. So ahead of schedule means finishing early. So because of excess resources, we can finish that event early. If TL is equal to TE, then S is equal to 0, 0 slack. That means you are exactly finishing the event on schedule. That meaning is adequate resources are there to carry out the event. Next, if TL is less than TE, then S is negative. Then we say that the event is behind of schedule. That means it is not occurring in the correct time. So because of lack of resources. So these are the three important types of slacks. Now, based on the value of slack, you can define critical path in another way. Critical path is the path which connects the events with 0 or minimum slack times. So if you have a negative slack, minimum means it is negative. If you have negative slack or 0 slack events, then such events if you join, that is also called as critical path. In other words, the longest path time-wise connecting the initial and final events, that is also critical path. In the earlier problems, we have seen that whichever takes the longest time, that path, that is the critical path. In earlier problems, I had explained that. You can just go through that. Now let us take a problem in which a network is given with some 8 events, and these are connected like activities. One of them is dummy activity. For a dummy activity, please note that the value of T is 0. That is the meaning. It won't take any time. So that is the meaning of that. So for all the time values, they have given in days. Now T values are given. Sometimes if they don't give T value, if they give T0, that is optimistic time, then TL, that is the likelihood time, and TP, pessimistic time, then you have to calculate TE using this formula. This I have told in earlier lectures. T0 plus 4TL plus TP divided by 6. So it is the formula which is used to find out the TE value. If T0, TL, TP for each activity is given, then you have to compute TE value using this, then that value you have to use. Otherwise, if they give directly the TE value, you can just start from the TE value. Now in such a problem, the first thing is we have to compute the capital T and capital TL values. So capital TE, these two values you have to find out. Then only you can find out the slack variable. So let us find out the first TE value. So TE value you will find out, to find TE. So this also happened in the earlier videos. I had done problems of finding TE given a network. So this TE of any event, let us J is the event. So if I take Ij, I is one event and J is another event. The activity which connects these two is denoted by Ij. So if I is 1, J is 2, then T of 2 we are going to get by taking T of 1, that is T of I, plus small t of Ij. So for an activity, small t is used, for an event, capital T is used. So using this formula, we have to find out the TE values for all the events. So first step is to find TE value. To find TE value, Then we have to find out TL value. Then once these two are known, S can be found out using this formula. Then you can mark the critical path or zero slack or negative slack. Now this we have to calculate down for each event. Now let us see how we can calculate this. So these values are written above this. TE values are written above each event. So like this in the network. So we have to find out all these TE values now. So using this formula. This already I have explained in my earlier videos. You have to go through that. So these videos are in order. So only if you refer the previous video, then you can understand this video. Yes. So these values are unknowns now. We have to find out all these values. So TE values are written above the circle. TL values are written below the circle. Just like this. So totally we need 8 values. So the first value is always 0. Because initial value we are going to take 0 for the first event. Now the second event, so this for this I have to take down TE2. So TE1 I am taking as 0. Then TE2 is equal to, as per this formula, so this is the formula we are going to use to find out capital T value. It is TE1 plus TE of 1. Correct? I is 1, J is 2 here for this event. So this is 0 plus, this value is 0 plus, always the first value of T is 0 for the first event, plus T for this activity is 9.8. So 0 plus 9.8. So there is only one arrow towards 2, therefore one value will be there. So this is the value of TE for the second event. So T is equal to here 9.8 days. 9.8. Then we will go to 3. We will go to 3 now. TE3, let us find out TE3 now. So TE3 will be equal to 3 is connected to 1. 1 and 3 are connected. So TE3, when you are finding TE3, I becomes 1, J becomes 3. So that is TE1 plus small t of the activity 1, 3. Okay? So that means it is 0 plus 1.3. So it is 1 point. Only 1 is there. You have to stop. So this is 1.3. So TE3 is 1.3. Once you get the values, you stop writing it in the network. Then TE4 I need. For TE4, you have TE1 plus small t of 1,4. T of 1,4. That means 0 plus small t of 1,4 is 11.7. It is 11.7. So 11.7 is this value. 11.7. Got it? So you have only one activities connected to those things. So this is, since it is dummy, we are not worried about that. We are not going to take any value of t because it is 0. So like this we got up to 4. Next, coming to 5. Now you should be careful. This 5 is connected to both 3 and 4. 5 is connected to both third event and fourth event. Now, if you want the TE5, there are 2 paths for finding TE5. One path is from 3. So, if you use that, it is TE3 plus mod T of 135. Correct? Correct? So, it is now TE3 is 1.3 plus small TE5 is 18. T5 is 18. So it becomes 30.3. That is the time. Now based on another way, another route. So TE5 can also be found out using, there are 2 routes here, 2 paths. So TE of 4 plus mod TE of 4, 5. Correct? 4, 5. So that is, so TE of 4 is 11.7. Plus small t of 4, 5 is 9. So it is 20.7. 20.7. Now among these two, we have to take the higher value. higher value. I have told that T when you are finding capital T, so this T5 is now 30.3. So this value is 30.3. When you are calculating capital T, higher value among the paths we have to take. Next is sixth one. Sixth also you can see, it is 6 is coming only from 4, correct? Arrow entering to 6 is only from 4, so only one value will be there. So T is 6. So here we have taken higher value. So higher value we have to take. T6 is, it is leading from 4. So it is T4 plus small t of 46. Correct? Small t of 46. So T of 4 is 11.7 plus T of 46 is 10.2. So it is 21.9. So only one value. It is only one value, only one root is. You have to see the arrows, number of arrows. How many arrows are leading to the unit. So this is 21.9. This is the one. Next coming to 7. So if you are seeing 7, there are 2 arrows meeting 7. 2 arrows are meeting 7. That means one activity is from 5, another activity is from 6. So we can find out once again T7 from 2 parts. One is T5. T5 plus small T57. Small T57. That means it is T5 is 30.3 plus T57 is 3.5. So it is 33.8. 33.8 is one answer. Another answer T7. Another answer T7 is, if you take from event 6, it is T6 plus small T67. So T6 is 21.9 plus small T67 is 10.8. So it becomes 32.7. So which we have to take now? The higher value. So 33.7. So this value we have to take. So higher value we have to take. Okay, so this becomes the value of T7. So T7 is 33.8. Now we have to come to the last event. Last event is 8. So for this 8, you can see there are 3. 3 arrows are meeting 8. So one is from event 2, another is from event 7, another is from event 6. So you can find out T of 8 using 3 parts, and the higher value we have to take. So T8 is equal to T plus small t 28. 28 is this 23.7. So T2 is 9.8 plus this is 23.7. So which comes out to be 33.5. Next T8 can also be found out using this 7-8. Okay, that is T7 plus small t 7-8. So T7 we have got 33.8 plus T7 is 8.2. So it comes out to be 42. Next T8, it can be obtained from 6 also. T6 plus small t 68. So T6 is 21.9 plus small t 68 is 18. So it comes out to be 39.9. Among these 3, the highest is 42. So this is the value we have to take. The higher value is this. So among these 3, the higher value is that. So that means this is 42. So now we got the last value. So this is how we can find out T value. That is earliest expected time. So 42 days is required at the most. Minimum 42 days is required. Now what is the arrival time? That is latest time. That is TL. To find out TL, that also I have done in the earlier videos. One problem I have done. So you have to use another formula. Now next step is, so once this is over, so I have written all the TE values above the event. Now TL values are written below the event. How all the TL values are written below the event. Now let us calculate TL values. Then only you can write down the slack. For finding the TL values, we have to move in the reverse order. That means we have to start from event 8 and we have to move backwards. Backward process. Now let us see how we can find out that TL values. So we will see. So to find TL. Now the formula is different. If you want TL of I, it is equal to TL of j minus T of ij. This is minus T. And we have to take the minimum value here. If different paths are there, we have to take the minimum value. Now let us find out those TL values for the given problem. So we will start from the latest we have to start, because from we have to move from this. So scheduled time here is 42. Is also called as TS. So TL of last event is also called as scheduled time, that is TS. Now this value we have to take it as 42. So if you take TE also 42, TL also 42, the slack becomes 0, correct? That means we are finishing the project on time. There is no, we are not finishing early also, we are not finishing late also. It is 0 slack. That is adequate resources are there and on schedule we are finishing it. So that is the main thing we have to take here. Now here we have to move backwards. So TLJ is now this. If you take 7, 8 if you take, then J becomes 8, I becomes 7. Correct? 7, 8. So I have to move in the arrow direction. So now I will move like this. Backwards you have to take. So I will take TL7. TL7 is equal to TL8 minus TR7. Correct? Got it? Now here TL8 is 42 minus TE78 is 8.8. So that means it is how much? Calculated 42 minus 8.2. 33.8. 33.8 is 1 line. Then I can calculate TL7 and not TL6. Yeah, TL6 I need. Now I am moving backwards, you know. So TL6. So this I got 33.8. Okay, 33.8 is this value. Where I have to write that value? I have to write below the circle. TL values are written below the circle. So let me write the values now. So this, of course, this is slow now. TL7 is how much? So I will write here. TL is equal to 33.8 for 7. Okay. So since there is no space here, I have written here. Actually speaking, I have written below this. Then TL6. TL6, if you take this activity, TL6 is given by TL8 minus T of 68. Correct? That means it is 42 minus what is T of 68? 18. How much is that? 24. So here also only one. Not only one. There is one more arrow. One more arrow is going from 6 to 7 also. So we can calculate this TL6 using another formula also. TL6 is TL7, this value minus TT of 6, 7. Yeah? We have to take two values. So TL of 7 is how much? TL of 7 we have calculated 33.8, correct? Minus T of 6, 7 is 10.8. What is this value? 23, no? 23. So here value two values for we are getting for 6 because two arrows are going from 6. 6 becomes a predecessor for two events. So in either minimum so when you are calculating TL value, we have to take minimum. So 23 is the answer now. So TL for this 6 is 23. Okay. Now next we have to go to 5R. We'll go to 5. So 8 is over, 7 is over, 6 is over. Then TL5. TL5. How many are there? TL5? Only one. Only one arrow is going from 5. Not leading to 5. It is going from 5. So 5 is a predecessor event for 7. So TL5 is equal to TL7 minus small t of function. Okay. So TL7 is how much? 33.8 minus TE of 57 is 3.5. Next to play 30.3. One answer. Only one answer. Correct. You have only one answer for that. So 30.3. So TL for 5 is 30. Next 4. Once again, now from 4 there are 2 arrows moving from 4. So we can get 2 values of TL for 4. TL4 is equal to, if you take 5, it is TL5 minus TE45. Understand? 45. So TL5 is 30.3, you got it, minus TE45. TE45 is how much? 9. So what is the answer? 20. 21.3. Next, TL4 can be found out using another path. Another path is this 6. TL6 minus TE of 46. TL6 is 23 minus 10.2. What is the answer? 12.8. 12.8. So among these two, minimum is this. 12.8. This is the work. So 12.8. So TL4 is 12.8. Next TL3. We'll come to TL3. How many arrows are going from 3? How many arrows are going from 3? 1. So this is dummy. Is ball. Is matro. 3, 5. So 3, 5 on that. TL5 ಬರುತ್ತದೆ minus small TE 3, 5 ಬರುತ್ತದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ? TL5 is 30.3. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? 30.3 minus TE35 is 18. It was 11.7. 12.3. 12.3. Next, TL3 one more value. Inno value is here? Illa, onde. Alva? Onde answer. So 12.3. So TL3 is 12.3. So this is 12.3. Next, TL2. TL2 there is only one. This is a dummy. You need not worry about it. Only we have to take this. So TL2 is equal to TL8 minus TE28. TL8 is to 42, right? 42 minus TE28 is 23.7. Next question. 18.3. 20.18. 18.3. 18.3. 42 minus 23.7. 18.3. Other answer. Only one. Alva? 2 in the other. You correct. 2 one there. So 18.3. So TL2 is 18.3. 18.3. 18.3 होता TL2. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ TL2 ಗೆ ಇದು ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಡಮ್ಮಿ ಇದು ಡಮ್ಮಿ ಅದು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಸೊ TL2 is equal to TL3 को ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. TL3 ಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ 12.3 ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸರಿ, TL2 ಗೆ 3 ಇಂದ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗುತ್ತೆ TL3 minus TE23. TL3 is 12.3 minus 0. 12.3 is minimum ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ ಇದು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಸೊ 12.3 ಇವಾಗ ಡಮ್ಮಿ ಸೊ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಈಸ್ 12.3 ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ ಸೊ ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ 12.3 TL2 is 12.3 minimum so 12.3 TL 2 alpha 12.3 next lastly TL1 TL1 ಗೆ how many arrows ನೋಡಿ TL1 ಗೆ 3 ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 2 3 ತಗೋಬೇಕು 3 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಯಾವುದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ so TL1 is equal to if I take the first one connecting to 2 it is TL2 minus TE12 ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರೆಯೋದು TL2 ಎಷ್ಟು 12.3 minus 9.85 ಎಷ್ಟು 2.5 ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ TL1 is equal to TL3 minus TE13 TL3 is 12.3 12.3 ಎಷ್ಟು
ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್
12.3 minus
12.3
ಅದು 12.3 0 ಆಯ್ತು ಓಕೆ 0 ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ TL1 is equal to ಮೂರನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ TL4 minus TE14 TL4 ಎಷ್ಟು 12.8 12.8 minus 11.7 ಎಷ್ಟು
1.1
1.1 ಈ ಮೂರರಲ್ಲಿ 0 is minimum okay so minimum is 0 so ಇದನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು so that means your TL value for the first event is 0 TL 0 TE 0 ಅಲ್ವಾ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎರಡು ಸೇಮ್ ಬಂತು 0 ಸ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂತ now once you get these values TL and TE values then you have to calculate the slack. Now you write the slack values for each event by taking this formula. Easy, just subtract formula. TL minus T. Now we will write the slack values now. Once you get the values of these values, just in the network diagram itself, you write down the values of TL and TE. So TE is written above the event circle, TL is written below the event circle. Now I will write S values. So S values I will write, then we will find out the critical path. So this problem for 20 marks irutte ellರೂ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಈಸಿ ಇದೆ so now we will write the S values. So S values I will write for each event now. Okay. Otherwise you can draw in the form of a table also you can draw. One table ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹಾಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ S ಅಲ್ಲ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ TL ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ TL TE S. So totally how many events are there? 8 events are there. So 8 rows ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 2 okay. So events 1 2 3 4 happen. So events is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So all these values are in base. So you know that S is TL minus T. So ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀರಿ. So first event TL minus TL was ಇದು 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ TE ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದೆನ್ TL 2 minus 1 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸೊ 0 0 ಎರಡು 0 ಫಾರ್ 2 ಗೆ 9.8 ಆಯ್ತು 9.8 12.3 3 ಗೆ 12.3 12.3 4 ಗೆ 11.7 12.8 5 ಗೆ 30.3 30.3 next to 6 ಗೆ 21.9 and 23 7 33.8 and 33.8 then 8 ಗೆ 42 correct. Now take the difference second column minus first column difference ಬರೆಯಿರಿ ಮೊದಲನೇ 0 ಎರಡನೇ
2.5.
2.5, then 0.
1.1.
1.1, then
0.
0.
1.1. 0. 0.
Okay. Even critical path zero slack. So the events which are having zero slack or minimum slack should be connected. Zero slack is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. Correct? ಅದನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಇದೆ
ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಲೈನ್.
ಒನ್ ಇದೆ ಇದು ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಡಾಟೆಡ್ ಲೈನ್ ಒನ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 3 ಅಲ್ವಾ 3 3 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ 1 and 3 slack are 0. Then we have 5 ಬಂತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್
5 to 7.
5 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 7 ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ದಿಸ್ itself is the critical path ಅಲ್ವಾ ಈ ತರ. ಸೊ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾತ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ 0 slack. ಸಪೋಸ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. -1 ಯು ಮೇ ಗೆಟ್ -1 0 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್. 0 ಗಿಂತ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ -1, you have to connect that first, then you have to go to 0. Okay, here negative you are not getting, all positive getting. So critical path is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8. This is the critical path. So this is how we can we can identify the critical path for a given project network. So if they give the expected values of each event or activity, so you can calculate capital T and capital TL, then slack. Then the path connecting 0 or minimum slack is the critical path. So when you are calculating TE value, capital TE value, we have to take the maximum value. When you are calculating for each different paths, among them you have to take the maximum value for TE. For TL, you have to take the minimum value. So the earlier three videos I have explained about how to calculate TE and TL separately. Same procedure I have used here also. Okay.